What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Crypto Sherpa channel, where I read you those cryptocurrency news articles so you don't have to, because who likes to read? And I know I never did growing up, but when I was in college, I did realize that's the only way I learned. But some people are different. Some people are more audio like learners, like where they can listen and they learn it better that way, or they're a reader, and it's just however you retain knowledge best. For me, I enjoy reading these news articles and I enjoy just soaking up the knowledge of it. But if you get something of it, of just listening to it, hearing what's going on in the space, I'm glad to hear it. So yeah, the bullishness sentiment is on the horizon. Yeah, we are definitely seeing signs of a Bitcoin, not just a Bitcoin, a crypto bull run. Like, so when I see some news articles out there, I try to correlate it with the pricing and what's going on out there. And just like we begin seeing so many signs. Like our first article is going to cover how like Bitcoin flipped Google, Amazon, and Silver's market cap out there. So that's a very bullish sentiment. We have an exchange out there looking to open up a new shop, make new jobs out there. And yeah, that was a bullish time news back in 2020. We heard about all these exchanges. Oh, we're opening up here, we're hiring these guys. So definitely a bullish settlement of the bull run. And then a couple weeks ago, or a couple days ago, I covered an article on Ronaldo, the soccer player, like sports fans getting in with exchanges as well. It's like these are just signs, like when these types of news start blasting, it gets blasted and you see it all the time, like the times are here. So yeah, so let's go through these articles, learn a little bit more about crypto, Bitcoin, stable coins, what's going on in the space. But as we can take a look at the crypto bubbles chart, we are in the green. Everything's looking so great. Sui is up 23%. Trump coin is even up 31%. Biddy, where'd you go, Biddio? I always lose you in here. Biddy, where'd you go? There you are, right in the corner. Bitcoin's currently at 93,000. We touched 94,000 this morning, so that was pretty awesome. Like yesterday or 2 days ago, we were at $84,000, and now we're in the 90s. So next up, 100. I'll be hearing Ivan on Tech's 100,000 Bitcoin video again. That's always a funny one to listen to. But yeah, let's go through the news articles and learn about what's going on. So let's talk about how Bitcoin flips Google and Silver first, and it becomes the 5th most valuable global asset out there. Now, Bitcoin's rise reinforces its role as a hedge amidst macroeconomic uncertainty, cementing the digital gold narrative. Now, Bitcoin has hit a market cap milestone of over $1.8 trillion, now outpacing Google, Silver, and Amazon to stand as the 5th largest asset in the world, according to data from companies' market cap. And now we see that gold is in first with 22.45, and Bitcoin, you can easily surpass that. Apple, same, you're at 3 trillion. That's just like a double, and you're already there at the number 2 position. Same with Microsoft, Nvidia, and then there is Bitcoin. And you see here, we just passed Google, Silver was not too long ago, Amazon, and Saudi Co. But yeah, so very nice. Now, Bitcoin is ahead of Alphabet, Google's parent company, surpassing it by approximately $12 billion in market cap value. Now, close behind it is silver, long regarded as a monetary metal and industrial asset with a valuation of $1.856 trillion, and Amazon, the e-commerce and cloud giant, follows with a market cap of $1.83 trillion. But Bitcoin is now setting its sight on the world's 4th most valuable asset. Nvidia currently holds it at 2.4 trillion, and if Bitcoin wants to catch up to it, it would need to rally over 1,000% to match gold's value. So where would we be at? 180,000? Yeah, I think we can do that. Now, Bitcoin has surged by 12% this last week, and it's climbing at 93,500 as investors' confidence grows. And it really has. If you take a look at that fear and greed index, like, whoa, what just happened? We got to refresh this. When I saw this morning, we were at a 51. Yep, there we go. Just had to do a quick little update. Yeah, yesterday we were in the 38, but we were back in a neutral territory with the fear and greed index. So yeah, people are getting bullish. They're getting greedy. They're feeling more confident in it. And yeah, Bitcoin's just going to keep going. But during Wednesday's Asian trading session, the digital asset briefly reclaimed the $94,000 level, buoyed by easy global trading tensions following the remarks from President Trump yesterday. Meanwhile, Bitcoin's growing divergence from traditional equities has strengthened its position as a hedge against macroeconomic uncertainty, supporting the digital gold narrative. Now, the shift has played out in a renewed interest in Bitcoin ETFs. And on Tuesday, the U.S. listed spot Bitcoin ETFs and took in nearly $913 million in new investments, their largest single-day net inflow since mid-January. With this strong performance, these funds have extended their winning streak to 3 consecutive trading days. Now, Bitcoin is rallying because they broke the economy, said Bitwise CIO Matt Hugan in a statement. And the way they'll fix the economy will make Bitcoin rally even harder. So that's some bullish sentiment right there. Now, Bitcoin developer Adam Back stated that Bitcoin price under 100,000 is still cheap. So, guys, it's still cheap. If you need help getting it, give the call club. We're glad to give you help and show you how to hold it safely and securely as well. So yeah, so Bitcoin passing Google, Silver, and Amazon. Yes, so let's keep it going, Bitcoin. Now let's also go into which exchange is opening up a new location in North Carolina. Well, that is Coinbase to open up a Charlotte office, hiring over 130 employees. So again, this is bullish news. Like during the bull market of last cycle, again, like exchanges were opening up in new places. They were hiring new employees. So it's just bullish times. Like when I see these articles out there, which is why I'm presenting it to you guys. But Coinbase is launching and hiring a push in Charlotte, North Carolina, marking a significant expansion into the longtime banking city. Now, the crypto exchange plans to hire more than 130 employees in the region, primarily for the compliance and customer support roles, according to a report by Axios. Well, good, because pretty much every exchange's support sucks. I'm just being honest out there, whether it's Coinbase, Robinhood, Binance, Crypto.com, like heck, even Vimeo, like customer support is terrible. So yeah, add more people like that. Maybe that would help. I'm not sure if 130 people will make a significant impact to it. But this move is part of a broader initiative announced by CEO Brian Armstrong to bring on 1,000 new U.S. employees this year. Now, the crypto-friendly climate with the expansion comes amid of a more crypto-friendly political climate, with Donald Trump recently recalling himself the country's first crypto president. Now, though Coinbase has been remote first since 2020, it maintains offices in San Francisco and New York for occasional in-person collaborations. Now, Chief People Officer LJ Brock said that Charlotte stood out for its strong financial and tech talent and lower operating costs. Now, he said we're going to be committed to this market, and Brock told Axios that there's a lot of opportunity to create more economic freedom through a better financial system. Now, these new hires in Charlotte will join a learner and more agile work environment than traditional financial institutions. Brock added that salaried roles will pay between $96,000 and $117,000 a year, while hourly roles range from $32 to $41 an hour. Now, leaders in North Carolina's blockchain community welcome the news that this kind of investment helps Charlotte grow not just as a fintech hub, but as a place where people can build meaningful careers. Eric Porper, co-chair of the North Carolina Blockchain Initiative, told Axios. Now, hiring will unfold over the next 6 months. If successful, Coinbase could expand further in Charlotte. So this is going to be rolled out in the next 6 months. We'll see if they hire more people and if they can expand even further there. But again, this is in cause because, we have friendlier conditions now in the United States. Because at first they said, they were remotely working because the U.S. was terrible with innovation and rules and regulation. You was like, well, we can't do business here, so let's go somewhere else that is definitely much more friendly. But now that we got Trump in, we have basically a new SEC chair. We got a crypto council going. Like things are looking brighter on the centralized side of crypto, but just the whole crypto market in general. But yeah, so these two articles are definitely bullish news. For that, we are in a bull market. And then also yesterday, when I did the show with Jay Bose, our CEO of the Bitcoin Bank Crypto Club on Bitcoin Bench channel, we were talking about just Bitcoin technical analysis out there. We're looking at the volume, we're looking at the buy and sell wall orders, and there is definitely more buy orders than sell. So definitely we saw that pushing the price up because there was, $4,000 or 4,000 transactions wanting to buy, but the sellers just wouldn't complete it. So so we are definitely in those times now. But that is definitely all the bullish sentiment news I have for you on why we are in the market, or why we're in a bullish market right now. Now, let's continue on with some crypto news or some stablecoin news, like what's going on. Because I think Ripple is now facing a major challenger, which is Circle. At first, it was just Ripple, but now Circle is chiming in on the, the crypto payments or the CPM market. Let's get to this article and find out, because everyone's super bullish on Ripple, but now that they got some competition like ETH and Solana, let's see what's going on. Now, Circle's decision to unveil the Circle Payments Network on the 21st of April has set the stage for the first head-to-head contest between a fully reserved stable asset rail and Ripple's decade-old Ripple Payments, formerly on-demand liquidity products. Now, Circle enters the payment arena, so this is new. Announced in a post on X, Circle describes the CPN as a streamlined way for financial institutions to connect, orchestrating global money movement powered by stablecoins like USDC and EURC for 24/7 real-time settlements. The company promises a programmability, constant availability, and internet speed settlement for 4 initial verticals: invoices, settlements, remittances, treasury flows, and payroll. Now, while signaling that over 20 institutions have already joined as design partners. Now, although Circle has a long issue that the second largest dollar to stablecoin, until now it had refrained from owning the payment rail itself. Now, CPN changes that calculus according to the newly released white paper. CPN is a new protocol layer in a comprehensive open and internet-based settlement system with USDC and EURC and eventually other regulated payment stablecoins at its core. Yeah, so if you didn't know, USDC is the United States dollar peg stablecoin out there, so it's 1-to-1 to the dollar, and the EUR is a 1-to-1 peg of the euro out there, and they will plan on regulating more payment stablecoins later on. Now, the government stack places Circle on the role of operator, standard setter, and compliance gatekeeper, requiring every participating entity termed a participating financial institution, or referred to as PFI, to satisfy stringent license and AML/CFT criteria, which is the anti-money laundering, and accessoring their network. Now, at the technical level, the network begins life as an off-chain orchestration layer that broadcasts sign transfers to public blockchains, but it is already mapped to migrate into a smart contract protocol with optional undo windows and on-chain FX routing in its final form. Now, stablecoin swaps, liquidity discovery, and settlement guarantees are envisioned to occur entirely on-chain, while confidently features allow counterparties to mark transactions as private and expose them selectively to regulators or auditors. Now, for banks, payment processors, and virtual asset service providers, the commercial draws a explicit and CPN levies these 3 charges. We got the payout fees, we have FX spread and variable network fee, and pledges to reinvest as part of the revenue into the infrastructure's upgrade, and developer grants, and thereby seeding a marketplace of value-added models from customers to fraud analytics. From custody to fraud analytics. Now, Circle argues that this model aligns incentives across networks, members, and users, and builders, as well as service providers to encourage network growth and sustainability. Now, let's talk about Circle versus Ripple. The competitive overlap with Ripple is immediate and visible. Of the first wave's partners, Alfred, BVNK, CoinMania, CoinSPH, DLocal, FOMOPay, Onafric, World Remnant, Yellow Card, and others. Several also are other Ripple payment corridors. But the duplication was not lost on Panos Mekras, the co-founder of Anados Finance, who told followers that, okay, this is big. Circle just launched a direct Ripple competitor. Game on. Now, community members Zoom and echoed the sentiment, and the competition results in more growth and innovation. Now, Ian Lee, the co-founder of Syndicate DAO, offered the sharper strategic take. Now, this is going after what Ripple and XRP was supposed to do, but what stablecoins has a much better chance at being adopted since it is more compatible with existing financial institutions, business models, and so on. Now, community member Zoom, or Mr. Zoom, commented that this is huge. Circle just announced the CPN, a competitor to Ripple Payments, aka ODL. Now, it will be fun to see the competition, and competition results in more growth and innovation. So let's see how this competition plays out. We'll see if Ripple remains dominant. They still, again, Ripple, XRP heads out there, there is a huge community. Like, I see it every day. Like, people come in, and I'm not going to turn someone away just because they have XRP. It's like, this is crypto. You want to learn about? I'll help you out with it. And you help you still custody your XRP as well. I'll help you swap it for another coin if you need to. But yeah, like, I'm not biased against it. I do like Bitcoin the most out of all the cryptocurrencies out there, but I'm not a maximalist. But yeah, no, so this is some good competition. I just really want to see how this plays out with Ripple and just the Ripple heads out there. Like, what are their thoughts? If you're an XRP holder on there, let me know in the comments. Like, what do you think about this competition? Do you think Ripple's still going to smoke them? Is it going to be a close call? Let me just hear. I'd like to find out. Now let's move on to our next stablecoin news offering. This is involving PayPal. So yeah, it looks like they're offering a 3.7% yield on stablecoin balances. But this does sacrifice self-custody. So it's 3.7%. Good for you if it sacrifices self-custody? I don't think so. But let's go through this article, and maybe this would be for you. But PayPal will offer a 3.7% yield on PYUSD to boost usage with monthly rewards, now paid into the stablecoin, according to a Bloomberg report. Now, payments behemoth PayPal plans to offer a 3.7 yield on balances held in its PayPal USD stablecoin. According to an April 23rd Bloomberg report, a PayPal representative said that the measure aims to encourage more usage of the firm's stablecoin, and the program is expected to launch this summer. And the rewards will also be paid out in PayPal's USD. Now, users will be able to exchange PYUSD for fiat currency, spend it, or send it to other users. The reward will accrue daily and will be paid on a monthly basis. The company hopes this feature will lead to a higher predominance of stablecoins and crypto payments on its platform. And the report also follows PayPal's USD reaching a $1 billion market cap in the summer of 2024. And as of publication, the stablecoin's market cap is nearly a quarter lower than that at $873.3 million. Now, Sahi Kanza, the CEO of crypto investment firm Syndicate, told Cointelegraph that from a regulatory standpoint, PayPal must ensure that offering interest doesn't cause its stablecoin to be classified as a security. Now, when it comes to financial risks for users, he said that PayPal can keep its promises, and the main risk is losing the peg to the dollar rather than interest-related issues, he said. Now, this is exactly what he said. Stablecoins that don't offer yields are generally not considered securities. However, yield-bearing stablecoins may fall under that classification. So we'll see as the changes get played, because there is two stablecoin bills in place. There's the Stablecoin Act bill and then the Genius Act bill that's still in the works right now. So again, it's like still classifying securities, what's considered a security or a commodity out there. So I guess they're also rolling this out too, because again, we're getting friendlier stances. We're actually talking about it, and but let's continue on. PayPal is betting on crypto. PayPal is betting on blockchain technology with its continued product development. Reports from earlier in April show that PayPal has expanded its cryptocurrency offerings to include Chainlink and Solana, giving US-based users the ability to buy, sell, and transfer the popular tokens. Now, in fact, PayPal was cited by Polygon Lab CEO Mark Boron as one of the catalysts for the stablecoin industry's rapid growth in recent years. Now, in an interview with Cointelegraph, Boron said that companies like Stripe and PayPal integrating stablecoins is likely the primary catalyst for their growth. Now, let's go over the story of PayPal USD. PYUSD is a US dollar peg stablecoin issued by the Paxos Trust Company on behalf of PayPal in August 2023. Now, at the time of the launch, PayPal became the first major payment network to launch its own stablecoin, with Venmo rolling out support in September of 2023. Now, each token is purportedly backed one-to-one by cash deposits and short-term US Treasury notes, and similar cash equivalent assets in accounts overseen by the New York State Department of Financial Services. Now, initially, PYUSD was a token compliant with the ERC20 Ethereum network, but has since also deployed on Solana as well. Now, PayPal's USD's current market cap is still a far cry from the top stablecoin Tether, USDT. And at the time of writing, CoinMarketCap data shows that the USDT's market cap stands at $145.3 billion, over 17,255% higher than PYUSD's. Now, Kanza said that Tether's strength lies in its market dominance, not in its regulatory compliance, transparency, or yield, since it does not offer those, he added. Now, here's what exactly he said. To compete effectively, targeting these three areas, compliance, transparency, and returns, would be a smart strategy for PayPal. So yeah, so they're rolling out into the, what was this whole thing about? Yeah, pulling yields out for just holding on to your stable coin. And again, it's only for PYUSD. I don't think PayPal holds on to Tether or Circle or even Ripple's RLUSD. So like if you use that platform, it is strictly for PayPal stablecoin. But 3.7% yield, and again, it's up to you. It is a game changer for stablecoins out there. But again, it's always up to you if you want to take on self-custody or sacrifice it and just pray that nothing goes wrong with PayPal and you don't lose out on that money. So again, it's on you if you want to make that decision. But let's take a quick break right now, play an ad for you, and then we'll be back with some more news.
Ever felt left out of the crypto craze? Not anymore. Welcome to Bitcoin Ben Crypto Club, where community meets opportunity. Our clubs are popping up nationwide, from Sarasota to Nashville, Boston to St. Louis. Join us and unlock a world of benefits. Access all clubs worldwide, earn through referrals, and dive into specialized crypto education. Need help buying crypto? We've got you covered, often with reduced fees. But wait, there's more. Enjoy perks like Bitcoin ATMs, silver purchases, and exclusive investment opportunities. Our state-of-the-art facilities offer podcast rooms, event spaces, and co-working areas. Stay informed with FGTV, our exclusive crypto news and education channel. Choose your membership, from day passes to individual or company plans. Individual members get access for themselves plus 2 guests, perfect for bringing friends or family. Companies can bring up to 15 employees or guests, fostering team growth and networking. Connect, learn, and grow with like-minded crypto enthusiasts. Ready to join the revolution? Visit BitcoinBenCryptoClub.com or call 562-526-0813 today. Bitcoin Ben Crypto Club, your gateway to crypto.
And we are back. Sorry for the creepy organ music. That Crypto Club commercial always sounds like you're on the Haunted Mansion ride at Disneyland. Just the organ's playing. I gotta pull up a new ad. We have tons of them out there. Yeah, usually I play the Archaic Solutions ad for a safe crypto-only computer, which you may want to consider. But yeah, that club ad, I gotta change that. But let's continue on with the news. This next article is for you Hexicans out there. That's right. Hex is back in the picture because Richard Hart beat the SEC. So we're probably going to be getting so much more news. We'll probably be seeing Richard Hart like showcasing all his Gucci wear like he usually does, just looking very super like just that rich flamboyant life. But that's also a sign of a bullish market. Like he comes back out of the picture. You see people rocking like high-end classic gear, people in their Lambos reappear. So definitely another bullish sign that we are in a bull market. But let's go through this article. Now, Richard Hart, founder of crypto project Hex, has claimed victory over the U.S. SEC in a court case alleging that he committed securities fraud. So Richard Hart, the controversial founder of Hex, is claiming total victory over the U.S. SEC after years of court battles. On April 21st, the SEC said that it would not amend and refile its fraud case against the former child actor and crypto evangelist, and a court had dismissed the SEC's fraud against Hart on February 28th. Wait, he's a child actor? What was he in? I'll have to look that up later. But Hart announced on X that Hex had obtained a victory very few crypto projects could boast. Now, Richard Hart, Pulse Chain, Pulse X, and Hex have defeated the SEC completely and have achieved regulatory clarity that nearly no other coins have. Now, Hex may be out of hot water with the American securities regulators for now, but Hart still faces charges in Europe, where he is also wanted both for alleged tax fraud and also for an alleged assault on a minor. And then let's see, is this the what is this? Is this his European facial thing, or is this his Interpol Red Notice humor? United States. Richard Hart's real name, Richard James Schuler, is still in the Interpol's warrant. So he still has that case in Europe going on. But SEC claimed that Hart used Hex to defraud investors. In July 2023, the SEC filed a complaint against Hart, whose real name is Richard James Schuler, along with Hex's Layer 1 blockchain project, Pulse Chain, and a decentralized exchange DEX for the Pulse Chain network, PulseX. Now, the SEC made a number of allegations, including securities fraud and securities registration with violations. It asked the court to bar Hart and his projects from participating in any sort of crypto asset security offering and to give up all ill-gotten gains received as a result of the violation alleged. Now, the complaint noted that Hart's repeated claims that Hex could offer incredible rewards to make investors rich. It also wrote that Hart spent over $12 million of the proceeds from Hex offerings on luxury goods such as watches, sports cars, and a 555-carat diamond ring. I remember when we got that article, and he's just flashing in the store. It's like, what? Now, indeed, Hart is no stranger to the finer things in life. His celebrity is in part due to his frequent displays of wealth. In one video on X, he flaunted a Louis Vuitton cases filled with dozens of luxury watches that he said were worth 9 million euros. And here's a photo of him just rocking his what is that? Just gold chains and a couple 2 watches on his wrist. No, 4 watches. Who needs 4 watches? The Hart's court case came down to jurisdiction. Last year, his legal team filed a motion to dismiss the case on the grounds that the SEC failed to show that any activities had occurred within the United States. The SEC protested the motion, and ultimately, U.S. District Judge Carol Bagley agreed with Hart. The Hex founder does not live in the U.S., and she ruled that the statements regarding Hex's price were targeted to a global audience and not just U.S. investors. Now, the alleged misappropriation occurred through a digital wallet and crypto asset platform, none of which were alleged to have any connection with the United States, Ammon stated. And Finnish authorities want Hart on tax assault charges too. So the U.S. one, that's why it was done, because it's a global thing. But the Finnish, is that Sweden? No, I forgot. But Finnish authorities still, no, that's Finland. Why did I say Swedish? Gosh, geography was not my strong suit in college. But yeah, the Finnish authority is still on charge for a tax evasion. But Hart claims that this legal victory provides new ground on which the crypto industry can thrive, creating a legal precedent that supposedly makes Hex safer to work with than any other crypto project. Hart and Hex may not face American securities regulators, but he is still in hot water with Finnish authorities over the alleged tax evasion and assault. In September 2024, Finnish media wrote that Hart, who was reportedly residing in Helsinki, was remanded into custody in absentia. Finnish investigators, at the request of the country's tax authorities, were investigating Hart and reportedly found that Hart's income reporting did not match the tax service estimates. Now, Helsinki police detective Harri Sarastol said that based on the very considerable amount of money in question and the long-term and planned nature of this activity, there are grounds to suspect gross tax evasion. Now, in the course of this investigation, Finnish police seized millions of euros worth of luxury watches from a residence in the city of Espoo near Helsinki. Europo also stated that Hart, referred to as Schuler in the report, is wanted for assaulting a minor. Schuler physically assaulted a 16-year-old victim by grabbing their hair, dragging them into the stairwell, and knocking them to the ground. Now, I did not hear that news. Now, the allegations together have earned him a profile in Europol and the Interpol's most wanted criminal list, and investigations are still going. Now, how long can Hex keep it up? Well, it seems that Hart dodged U.S. regulation because the SEC lacked jurisdiction rather than evidence. So how long can he keep Hex going? Well, industry observers and analysts have long claimed that Hex was a new form of a Ponzi scheme, namely due to the promises of a whopping 38% annual percentage yield. Now, larger profits for onboarding new users, and the fact that Hart owns some 90% of Hex tokens. Despite a number of committed acolytes on social media, the token seems all but dead, but Hex's price pumped briefly on the news of the SEC's dismissal, zooming out, and it's barely moved since Hart's legal troubles with the SEC began. Now, at the publishing time, Hex's price is 0.002253, and a 24-hour transaction volume of tops 250,000. So we had a little tiny price there, but since these allegations came through, it has not recovered to its point. But again, we're in bullish market territory now. We're seeing the signs of it, but we're still waiting on altcoins to reach. So we'll see if Hex still performs, if this news is still bullish, or if the Finnish news, the Finnish lawsuit going on, if that's still going to affect his price and everything. But we'll just pay attention to Hex and see what's going on, because I know there's a lot of Hexkins out there who do like the project and they do want to see it grow. So I'll keep you guys informed on what continues on with this. And now let's move on to our next article on how can you earn Bitcoin by playing games. Free games, in fact. Well, this article is coming from Decrypt, and looking to stack some sats without paying a penny, these free games reward you with real Bitcoin for playing. Now, I've never played any of these games, so if you got to link a wallet or they ask for a seed phrase, don't do it, guys. But let's learn about these games and see about some extra ways you can earn some sats. So Bitcoin jumped back above $90,000 earlier Tuesday, regaining upward momentum after recent volatility, and earlier this year, BTC set a new record price of nearly $109,000 as President Trump took office. Now, if you're keen on stacking Satoshis, however, then here's one way that won't cost you anything but time. You can earn Bitcoin by playing a bunch of free games. Decrypt GG has been covering the rising trend of free-to-play mobile games and apps that offer up small bounties of Bitcoin for playing levels and seeing ads, all while Now, while the amounts given are historically tiny, so you're not getting a large amount, but you're getting some sats. And in our experience, the rising price of Bitcoin means that they are becoming well less tiny. And if your goal is amassing Bitcoin in any way that you can, then these are certainly among the most enjoyable ways to earn a bit of free Bitcoin. Now, here's a look at some of the games you can play with links to our coverage on each. So let's see. So there's a game on make fake Bitcoin and earn real BTC. So how does this game play out? So here's a fun riff on the concept of crypto mining. Bitcoin Mixer for iOS and Android tasks you with building an elaborate mining operation across all sorts of cryptocurrencies, including Dogecoin and those that don't even have mining capabilities in real life, like Solana and the Reward. Now, real Bitcoin in the form of Satoshis or sats that you can stack up while playing. So here's what that game looks like. So it looks like you're just a little crypto miner out there mining some fake coins. So, Now, this idle game is simple and colorful, with an appealing pixel aesthetic and a fun sense of humor. It's a game you can play for a couple minutes here and there, but you'll also keep earning in-game coins and potential rewards all the while. Now, granted, Bitcoin Miner does turn repetitive after a while, and the full-screen video ads are obnoxious. Yet, this is one of the rare play-to-earn games that we keep coming back to time and time again. And with a new midweek limited time event added in addition to the usual weekend one, it is implementing more variety of time over time. So it's getting better. So that's one game out there. Now, there's other games like mining asteroids for Bitcoin. What? So here's an amusing iOS and Android game that you can pop into for a few minutes at a time to stack sats. It's Space Y. It is an idle asteroid mining game for phones and tablets. It's decidedly straightforward in its approach. You tap asteroids to scan them, tap again to mine them, upgrade your ship and tech over time, and then repeat as you hop across the galaxy. So what's refreshing about Space Y is that it doesn't force you to watch obtrusive full-screen video ads, but instead it rewards you for watching them in the form of free bonuses or resource boosters. It actually makes you want to watch them to get ahead faster, and all the while you earn Satoshis that you can cash out to a ZBD wallet. So that's actually a pretty cool game then. Yeah, it looks pretty fun out there. Now, another one is Into the Bitcoin Mines. Launched in fall of 2024, Idle Mines earned real Bitcoin and is one of the latest iOS and Android titles from FUM Games. And while it certainly sounds similar to Bitcoin Miner, it takes a different approach to a similar theme. Here, you won't mine fake digital coins. Instead, you'll mine physical gems and resources like rubies and sapphires, and continuously upgrading your mine and workers while earning real Bitcoin along the way. It's packed with video ads, but they're all optional and pretty beneficial too. So that's actually a good sign, because with that first one, if you got like a pop-up ad out there and you can't exit out of it, that does take away some of the fun of the game. And with that last asteroid mining game too, it's like you can choose to play it, but it gives you an incentive to get faster in the game. So having this one where it's optional, that's also pretty cool too. But here's what this game kind of looks like. It's still colorful. You're mining rubies and sapphires, but we've earned thousands of Satoshis from playing this game. And while it's not as exciting as whimsical as a Bitcoin miner, it's an easy game to fire up and half play while working, making dinner, or just watching TV. Now, other games out there is Bitcoin Sudoku. Oh, I like Sudoku. But if you dig Sudoku and want to earn a little bit of crypto while playing, then Billing Financial's Bitcoin Sudoku will do the trick. It's a solid mobile recreation of the number plotting puzzle, and because each puzzle takes longer than in many other Bitcoin-infused games on the list, there are fewer annoying ads that pop up along the way. Yeah, because I guess you're not like moving so fast. You're taking your time. Okay, but that number goes there, that one goes there. So there's just fewer annoying ads, but they do pop up in this one. And now another game is Splitgate. Popular free-to-play PC shooter Splitgate is the latest Web 2 game to get Bitcoin treatment. As payment startup ZBD partnered with game studio 1047 Games to integrate Bitcoin's Lightning Network with the game, that means that players will be able to earn Bitcoin when playing in certain competitions or on particular servers. For starters, the companies launched the Splitgate Winner Invitational, an online team competition that rewarded 0.5 Bitcoin last December. Splitgate 2 has been announced for release in 2025, though there's no current sign that the game will support Bitcoin at all. So, you shouldn't do that. You guys should keep it going. And then 1047 did not reply to DKIP's request for the clarification on that. So I guess maybe they might still have it in there, but we just didn't get a full update on the newest game yet. Then there's also Bitcoin Solitaire. You can play some solitaire and earn Bitcoin. So there are a couple iOS, Android solitaire games that let you stack sats as you stack the digital cards. Club Bitcoin Solitaire and Bitcoin Solitaire basically do some variation of the same thing, but vary in presentation. Tolerability adds, so like I said, tolerable adds, and an amount of Bitcoin you might actually earn. So if you want to read more, I can click on that, but I'm not going to, of this mobile game, and find links to download how of it. Now, what other games are there? There's like a game for everything. Solitaire, Sudoku, fake mining, asteroid, and even Bitcoin bubble shooters. So there are plenty of bubble matching puzzle games like Puzzle Bubble or Puzzle Bobble / Bust a Move. Oh, Bust a Move was my game back in the day. I love that arcade system. And now that was on iOS and Android. But Bitcoin Pop and Bitcoin Bay are unique in that they let you earn Bitcoin while you play. Now, which game offers the best balance of fun and earning funds? Well, you can read the head-to-head review out there to see which bubble popper we like best. So there's a couple different kinds of bubble shooters. There's also Bitcoin puzzle games out there like Sweet Bitcoin and Ethereum Blast. And was there any other one? And then just a Bitcoin mobile game, thanks to the collaboration with ZBD. You got Matchmasters and Dragon City. You have to play them through the ZBD Android app, so it's only for Android. And as you watch ads between games, then there's the Bitcoin walking app. Start walking and you can earn Bitcoin. That one's Bitcoin Burst features. There's even Minecraft. So yes, for much of 2023, the player-run Satlantis server in the PC version of Microsoft's smash building game Minecraft rewarded players with Bitcoin. But after Microsoft and developer Mojang got word of the crypto power feature, they sent a cease and desist letter to the server operators who removed the functionality. So yeah, I remember that. And anything else? Let's see. Need more? We've played and covered numerous games that let you earn Bitcoin, and there are even more out there that might be worth checking out. For example, Bling Financial has games like Bitcoin Food Fight and Bitcoin Blocks, while the Android version Thumbs Merge Monsters offer Bitcoin rewards. So there is, tons of Bitcoin to earn games out there that you can play. I would definitely do the Sudoku one. I would have done the Minecraft one, but they ceased that one a couple of years ago or a year ago. And what's some other ones? I probably want to do the mining one because of those ads out there, but definitely Sudoku, I would love that. So there's some extra ways to earn Bitcoin. And if you want other ways to earn Bitcoin without doing it, check out the Fold app. I got links down below. It's a prepaid debit card. You load it up with money. You spend it for anything you want. Gas, your rent, food, groceries, just everyday life, and you get a percentage back in Satoshi, so Bitcoin. So that's a great way to add some Bitcoin too without actually putting more money into it. So so here's just many different ways you can acquire Bitcoin. So I thought that was cool with this article, bringing you just different ways for these play to earn games out there. Now let's move on to our final article, which is going to talk about crypto drainers again. So a common scam out there that you just, if you click on some mistake where you're connecting to a wallet and then your wallet gets drained of all its cryptos, you just got to be aware of it. So let's go through this article, just hear a little bit more about it. So crypto drainers now sold as easy-to-use malware at IT industry fairs. So, this is not good if it's making it easier for scammers to get your money. But crypto drainers have evolved into an accessible and professionalized software as a service industry, enabling low-skill actors to steal cryptocurrency. So you don't have to be a coder anymore to do this. They're making it simple. Now, crypto drainers, malware designed to steal cryptocurrencies, have become easier to access as the ecosystem evolves into a software as a service business model. In April 2022, a report of crypto forensics and compliance firm AML Bot revealed that many drainer operations have transitioned to a SaaS model known as Drainer as Service. Now, the report revealed that the malware spreaders can rent a drainer for as little as $100 to $300 USDT. Now, an AML Bot CEO, Slava Dumchuk, told Cointelegraph that previously entering the world of cryptocurrency scams required a fair amount of technical knowledge. That is no longer the case. Under the DAAS model, getting started isn't significantly more difficult than with other types of cybercrime. Dumchuk explained that would-be a drainer users join online communities to learn from experienced scammers who provided guides and tutorials back then. Now, this is how many criminals involved with traditional phishing campaigns transitions to crypto drainer space. So that's how they used to do it back in the day. Now, cybercrime in Russia is almost legal. Groups offering crypto drainers as a service are increasingly bold, and some are evolving almost like traditional business models. Demchuk said and added that, interestingly, some drainer groups have become so bold and professionalized that they even set up booths at industry conferences, CryptoGrab being one such example. Now, when asked how criminal operations can send representatives to information technology industry events without repercussions, such as arrests, or he pointed out to Russian cybercrime enforcement as a reason, this can all be done in jurisdictions like Russia, where hacking is now essentially legalized if you're not operating across the post-Soviet space, he said. Now, the practice has been an open secret in the cybersecurity industry for many years. Cybersecurity news publication Krebs on Security reported in 2021 that virtually all ransomware strains deactivated without causing harm if they detect Russian virtual keyboards installed. Now, similarly, they informed Steeler Typhoon Reborn V2 checks the user's IP geolocation against a list of post-Soviet countries. According to the network's firm, Cisco, if it determines that it's located in one of those countries, it deactivates, and the reason is simple. Russian authorities have shown that they will act if local hackers hit citizens of the post-Soviet bloc. Now, drainers keep growing. Demchuk further explained that the DAAS organizations usually find their clientele within existing phishing communities. This includes gray and black hat forums on both ClearNet, regular internet, and Darknet, which is the deep web, as well as Telegram groups and channels and gray market platforms. In 2024, Scam Sniffer reported that drainers were responsible for about $494 million in losses, a 67% increase over the previous year. Now, despite a 3.7% increase in the number of victims, drainers are on the increase with cybersecurity giant Kaspersky, and that number of online resources dedicated to them on Darknet forums rose from 55 in 2022 to 129 in 2024. Now, developers are often recruited through normal job adverts, AML bots, open source intelligence investigators, who prefer to remain anonymous for safety reasons. And they told Cointelegraph that while researching drainers, his team did come across several job postings specifically targeting developers to build drainers for Web3 ecosystems. He provided one job advert that described the required features of a script that would empty Hedera wallets. Once again, the offer was mainly targeted at Russian speakers. Now, this request was originally written in Russian and shared in a developer-focused Telegram chat, and it's a clear example of how technical talent is actually recruited in a niche, often semi-open communities. Now, the investigator further added that ads like this appear in Telegram chats for smart contract developers. Those chats are not private or restricted, but they are small, with usually 100 to 200 members. Administrators quickly delete the announcement provided as an example, and still, as is often the case, those who needed to see it had already taken note and responded. Traditionally, this kind of business was conducted on specialized ClearNet forums and deep web forums accessible through the Tor network, and still, the investigator said that much of the content moved to Telegram thanks to its policy against sharing data with authorities. This changed following the arrest of Telegram CEO Pavel Durov. So as soon as Telegram announced that it was giving out data, then the outflows to Tor started again because it's easier to protect oneself there. Now, still, this is a concern to cyber criminals that may no longer be relevant. Earlier this week, Durov expressed misgivings over growing threats of private messaging in France and other European Union countries, warning that Telegram would rather exit certain markets and implement encryption backdoors than undermine its user privacy. So with this article, guys, it's just be aware that this is really pointing at that cybercrime, people, scammers, people trying to steal your money, your cryptocurrencies. They are in full force. Like when the bull run hits, people, they know. Like the common folk out there is like they get excited, they're going to buy Bitcoin, but they're not so technically savvy, and so they can easily can fall for a scam out there. They may click on something they shouldn't have. They're not taking the time to read each transaction. They're not looking at proper URLs, or just really getting time to know who they're actually talking to. So just be very safe out there. Like this is just showing. Like this article showed you how like these crypto scammers are even created or made. Like the technical part is getting easier for people who aren't so technical or easy coder out there. They can just hire the service for $100 to $300, and it's like a boom. Now I got a malware system I can use to start stealing people's money. So be careful out there, guys. Always be aware of what you're clicking. Verify every single information you got. Don't be going to weird websites on the dark web, deep web. When you're messaging people on Telegram or WhatsApp, like that's where these scammers are thriving on. So just be very careful out there. But that is it. That's all the news I have for you. I hope everybody has a fabulous Wednesday. Yes, it's Wednesday. It's hump day. Still lots to do here at the Crypto Club. Tonight we have our show, Women's Voices with Clara Bow. So if you're in the Sarasota area and want to check out a live stream, come on down. So I will see you guys again tomorrow at noon. Sorry for being a little late today. Again, busy morning. So I'll see you again tomorrow. Peace.
Tired of jumping through hoops to buy Bitcoin? Frustrated with endless paperwork and invasive identity checks? Introducing Bitcoin Ben Crypto Club's loan program. No KYC required. Say goodbye to the hassle and hello to freedom. Borrow up to $250,000 at as little as 7% interest. Join our community and take control of your financial future. Bitcoin Ben Crypto Club, where privacy meets opportunity. Connect with like-minded individuals and grow together. Visit us today and unlock your $250,000 Bitcoin loan. Your journey to financial freedom starts here.